everybody. Welcome to the Parent to Parent group, and we welcome you all here for this live session today. Today, we are talking about the adversities what we are all into. These are very uncertain times what we are living in, and there are a lot of ups and downs in everyone's life which is going on. So, we have today Mrs. Meenu Bhargav with us. She's a trainer and a counseling psychologist. And topic today, what we have taken up is adversity, our best teacher. So she will be talking about how to cope up with the situations what we all are facing, and what mechanisms or tools and techniques can we use and get a better life out of all this. So I'm handing over the entire platform to Meenu and Daisy. Welcome Meenu, welcome Daisy. The entire platform of Parent to Parent group is yours now, and we begin the session now.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jyoti. This is Daisy here, and I would again like to introduce our panelist, Mrs. Meenu Bhargav. She is a psychologist, she's a counselor, and she has over 25 years of experience in counseling, and also over the 9 years she has been in training field. She has her own training center and counseling center under the name of Current Consultants. So today, Mrs. Meenu Bhargav will be sharing her views on the topic adversity, the great teacher. Because you see, every one of us right now, we are facing, as Jyoti also said, that we are facing a lot of difficulties. The world has come to a complete standstill. There is no schools, no colleges, no public gatherings. People are canceling their travel plans, parks without children, and also we can see everyone wearing the mask. So isn't this the reality today? So Mrs. Bhargav, please tell us how this pandemic has affected all of us.
Thank you, Daisy, and thank you, Jyoti, and all my lovely audience. So yes, the pandemic has affected every individual, every family, every society, every field, and every country. So as a result of pandemic, this was so sudden, nobody expected it. So what I call it is, it's an unwanted companion in our life. We never desired it, and we are not happy also with it. So whenever we are in the state of, adversities, the uncertainty is there. Now also we are very uncertain. When will this pandemic or this COVID-19 move from our lives? We are also uncertain about when will the schools open? How will they function? Will we have 2 shifts in the schools? Also, the uncertainty is about, will all the children be attending schools, or half will be coming on one day, half or another day? You see, also we are worried about, will teachers and students be wearing masks, and then, teaching learning process will go on? So yes, uncertainty. Uncertainty brings in a lot of stress, confusion, tension, stress, and fear. And these negative emotions, they travel very, very fast.
Very true. Yes. So, Mrs. Bhargav, since you just shared that, you spoke about the uncertainty and the fear which is attached with this pandemic. Yeah. And still you say that adversity is a great teacher. So can you please throw us some light on why you say that this is a great teacher and how we can overcome these kind of adversities in life?
Daisy, not only this pandemic, but every adversity is a teacher, because it gives us many opportunity to grow, to learn. And, taking a ship example, a ship is not made to stand in the harbor. It has to sail, it has to discover, it has to interact with the sea. Same with our life. Our life, we have to keep moving, whether it is adversity or no adversity. But we have to move. Ups and downs are there in life, but they give us lessons. So adversity teaches us to adapt to the situation. What we are doing today. Initially, we were very, scared and everything, but gradually we are settling down. We are adapting to wearing masks, washing our hands, and working from home, also working for home. So also we have adapted to, yeah, if I talk of teachers, so teachers are, giving online classes. Students also have adapted. They are taking online lessons, and also, virtual meetings are going on. Virtual leadership is there. We are all learning many digital tools, and we are using new digital platforms. So what a learning, we are into now.
Very true.
And also, sharing of the knowledge. If you see, so much sharing of knowledge is there, so many webinars and so many videos. Everything is on video now. I wanted to learn about Zoom technology. I went to Google, and Google tutorial was there to teach me. If you want to learn about cooking, the videos are available. If you want to learn about handicrafts, the videos, or anything, video editing, movie making, everything is available. And ebooks are there. Not only this, to teach students sitting remote, so many resources have come up. Cable TV is there, WhatsApp is there, voice messages are there, teachers are teaching through radio Pathshala. So this we had never seen before. So this pandemic has, of course, grown us. It has also changed our lives. How the changes there? Like earlier, our priorities were very different. We were in the rat race for materialistic pleasures. But now our priorities have changed. Now our priorities are on health and hygiene. We are spending so much money, time, energy on keeping ourselves healthy and maintaining hygienic habits. And also, we are trying best to boost our immunity system. Also, the changes are that, earlier we were thinking that, we were just rushing for office, coming and working. But now we are spending time with the family. And also we have, in this period, we have learned the importance of family. Because in such difficult times, we always feel the family support is very, very essential. Also, the change is in our behavior. Earlier we used to say, no mobile for children. Now we are saying, study with mobiles. Earlier we would say, okay, we want to go here and there, outing this, that. But now what we are doing? Now we are saying, even for the near and dear ones, don't come to our house. Nor they are interested in calling us. So you are seeing a big change. Now, progress is impossible without change. Change has to be there in the mind of the people. So what this pandemic has taught us, it has taught us many, many things. First, the attitude of gratitude. Migrant workers, look at them. So we felt also, doctors, paramedical, so many people, police personnel, if I talk of, all of them have risked their lives to keep us safe. Yeah. So we should be really thankful to them. Also, it has taught us to count our blessings. Because, look at migrant workers. They could not even, they were so far away from their families and were not even getting proper meals. But we are sitting in the safe surroundings and we are having all the facilities. So we really need to be grateful and thankful to God for giving us all these blessings. Also, this pandemic has taught us to be a critical thinker. Critical thinker is like weighing the pros and cons. So, if I get stressed, if I panic in this pandemic, then what will happen? So maybe I go in depression, or I'm into too much stress, my productivity goes down, my family suffers, so many things. So I critically evaluate the cost that I have to pay If I'm being depressed, anxious, or panic situation, and if I'm happy, then what I can do. So it makes you a critical thinker. Also, it has taught us to be patient.
Very true.
Yes,
Yes.
we need a lot of patience to deal with this situation. But if we are not having the patience to keep sitting at home, not going out much, unless and until it is very, very important, then if we are not following the rules of wearing mask or more things, then what will happen? We will become a patient. Also, if we are under stress, depression, all these things, then also, losing our patience, not handling the situation the right way, then we are becoming a patient. Also, this pandemic has taught us that in life, sometimes our degree, our status, our position, all are useless. The more important is how balanced we are mentally, how good we are, inner strengths that matter most. So this pandemic, the important skills are mind skills. How we can keep our mind cool, calm, and collected. This is what, and also if I talk of how to deal with this pandemic, hope has to be alive. Hope is the ability to see the light even in the darkness.
Yes.
So unless and until we keep the hope, okay, this phase will also go away. After every sad day, there is a glad day. Then only we can be, we can control our stress. That is very, very necessary. And also we have to trust our journey.
Yes.
Changes are inevitable, every now and then things change.
Yes,
Because
absolutely.
you see, when we started with the technology, computers, it was desktop.
Yes.
Then we went to iPad and tablets and all this. But now we are, we can run even our offices with this smartphone. So yes, changes always are good for us and they grow us. Okay, changes and adversities in life, they also give us, lessons on collaborations.
Yes.
We can't fight this pandemic alone. The whole world is facing it, and whole world is getting together to fight it. If I talk of education, there are many collaborations taking place. Like Google is collaborating with CBSE to do remote teaching to the children sitting, remotely.
Yes.
And also, if I talk of Intel is collaborating with Times of India and has come up with PC Pathshala to teach students. Also, hotels, if I talk of, yes, hotels have given their venues to the government and they are saying that they can convert their hotels into quarantine centers, and that way, people pay but are safe in the treatment. So many new things have come up, and adversity always break our egos, because we think that nothing can go wrong in my life. But when there is situation like this, then we realize that, life can prove us wrong. Also, in adversities, what we learn is that, we upskill ourselves and reskill ourselves. That is what we have done, We are doing yoga, we are doing meditation, we are doing prayers, and we are learning discipline and more of taking responsibility. So, adversity, not only this, but can teach us many, many more things. Coping mechanism, if you have a trouble-free life, you will never know what you are inside. So these adversities, they expose you to your inner strengths. If you have been able to handle it with full confidence, as you have it in a trouble-free life, then you come to know what person you are, what is your character. But if you don't get any chance, any circumstance, which is tough for you or which is a setback to you, then you don't realize that, what are your inner strengths and how important they are. So this is what I feel that, that is why I call adversity a great teacher, because I feel बादाम खाने से जिंदगी में अकल नहीं आती, पर कभी-कभी जिंदगी में ठोकर खा जाओ तो फिर बहुत अच्छी आती है. So our coping mechanism increases with adversity, and this has given us also a chance to be humble. It's not that only poor people are victim of COVID-19. No, rich also, golden agers also, child also, everybody. So you have to be humble to others, and coping mechanism has to be better.
Wonderful. So the most important question that I want to ask you right now is that mainly, the Indian education system, they focus more on marks, how much marks the students are getting. And still, we see a lot of challenges that's happening over here. Even most of the intelligent people, they are committing suicide. We have come across this, right? Also, not only intelligent people, but famous people who have had good education, also has fame, money, and still they're unable to cope up, like you said right now, right? Not able to cope up with their failures. So what would you want to say that, what is the responsibility, or what is it that the parents and the teachers, they should do in this?
Yeah. So Daisy, you have very rightly pointed out that our education system is very marks focused. There are so many suicide in IITs, coaching centers. Why? Because everybody teaches them to mug up facts and give it in exams and score good. So it's more of a cognitive development, and we are working more on, this cognitive developments and IQs. But in school, we need to teach students about SQ, social quotient, because some people are very good at IQ, but then they are not having good social skills. They also lack EQ, that is emotional quotient. And most important, what education system is not teaching anybody is adversity quotient. In these adverse situations, how to cope up with adversity, that skill schools need to teach. Now, if I talk of parents' role, then first thing is role modeling. How parents take this adversity, any adversity in their life. If they take it as it's a roadblock, it's a speed breaker, and they think it is going to pass, then their attitude is very different. They are not so anxious, but they accept the situation and they don't panic, but they prepare themselves for it. The situation is very different. But if they are themselves having a lot of fear, anxiety, then automatically the role modeling will be there. So it will get transferred to children, and children will also act the same way as parents, because actions speak louder than the words. So parents are observing your behaviors and not your words. They are not going so much by your advice. So role modeling is one thing. Second thing is that, not only we as adults are suffering, but, you should have empathy on what is the state of children. Children at present are having so much of fear also. And not only fear, but, their normal life is disturbed. They are not going to school. They are not going out to meet their friends. They are not playing outdoors. And, that peer interaction is totally missing. They are just attending online classes, but which are very different from face-to-face classes. So children sometimes are not behaving well, especially if I talk of younger children. They are not even able to express themselves how they are feeling in this pandemic era.
Yes.
So, sometimes their behavior is, the manifestation of their tension, the anxiety comes in their behaviors. So they are not listening to their parents. They are very restless. They are very irritated. They lose their temper. So in this condition, parents have to understand their feelings. They have to acknowledge those feelings and validate those feelings. You have to always assure your children that, look, you're not only the one who is having this different routine, new normal, but we are also with you. If you are not going to your friends, we are also not going to our friends, and we are also working from home. So, this is the way. Also, the parents need to communicate a lot with their children. That connection is very necessary, especially in this time of adversity. And keep assuring children that this is a temporary phase, it will go away. Keep communicating, talking to your children. One mistake that parents are doing and should not be doing, you should not be watching too much of television and news, because children overhear things, so they get the anxiety in them. Also, the parents' here role is to teach responsibility to children. Very necessary. More important than academics. They have to teach students, teach children to be responsible, responsibly washing their hands, responsibly doing the household chores, and responsibly taking care of themselves, and also discipline. That is very necessary in this time. They have to very regularly uh, do meditation, yoga, physical activities, or getting themselves engaged in some maybe art and craft and their hobbies. This is what even the adults have done. In this time they have tried to explore their talents.
Correct.
Yeah. So children also need to be told about discipline, and parents can supervise and guide their children, explain them the need of responsibility and discipline in this time. Also, parents need to motivate children on doing the right behavior. What has been observed over the years by psychologists is that when we compare children, then we are breaking their confidence. And when they grow up in life, then they are, suffering from low self-esteem. And those people with the low self-esteem succumb to the pressures of life. So parents need to build confidence in children, motivate them, not compare them. This is a very, very essential tip, I would say. And don't be, thinking that why teachers are not teaching, they should be teaching 4 hours on screen. That is not the norm. Online classes have its own etiquettes and own norms. So that also they have to take care. And also they have to teach children to count blessings. What they have, like we are one piece body, all our body organs are functioning fine. That's a big blessing we have. So instead of focusing on complaints, what they don't have, they should focus on what they have. And also early morning when they get up, they should have prayers, thanking the God for what they have. They should be grateful to their own parents who have done so much for them. Because now is the period when we are having a lot of negative emotions. So we need to change them with the positive ones. Early morning we should be grateful, thankful. And also parents, this is the time to teach values to your children. Values of compassion, values of kindness, joy of giving people. All these have to be taught to our children, and we should spend time showing videos to children of people who have struggled and then changed it into opportunities, their struggle. If I talk of Arunima Sinha, I hope audience must have heard of her. How she met with a train accident, and then her both legs were cut, still she climbed the Mount Everest. So many videos are available, and inspirational videos are there of different people. Children should be shared those things. And also biography of people. All these things are important, so to make children strong. And of course yoga, meditation, these things help in keeping the mind balanced, the nervous system balanced. Eating proper, that is another thing, because health pillars are eating well, and mental strength, mental toughness, and good sleep. All these are essential to keep ourselves healthy. So,
all right, wonderful. So thank you so much, Mrs. Bhargav, for this wonderful insight. And indeed, adversity is a great teacher, if we have to put it that way. Now, since we have very limited time, let's just quickly, if we can see some questions from the viewers, we will answer that question.
Sure.
So I can see someone has posted, so is adversity good or bad?
Well, how you see the thing, it depends on you. You know, you can see half glass full or half glass empty. So adversity is good, I would say, if you're positive, and you should be positive. And I've already told you how you can convert it into opportunity, into growth. See how teachers, I call them COVID-19 warriors. They fought the battle so well. They took it as a, learning. Whole summer they have spent, learning the digital tools and all that. And now they are so good at virtual lessons. So yes. Also, what I have experienced in the life is that sometimes we feel God has shut one door, so everything is over for us. No, window is somewhere open. We should think, we should not just keep banging on that door closed, because God knows better what is behind that door, and maybe that He thinks that is not meant for you. So we have to keep the hope alive, and then we can, think of that, yes, it can be converted into good opportunity. Many people are doing it. Yeah.
Wonderful. So one more question.
Yeah.
Can you suggest some techniques to use in these adverse times?
Yeah. So techniques, breathing exercises, long breathing exercises, relaxation therapies, alom vilom, all these things are very, very good, especially engagement of mind and physical activities, and not to see TV too much, because it leaves an impression, the negative things on your mind, and you are not able to sleep well also. So good sleep, good food, all these things are very, very important in this time to boost our immunity. More the negative emotions we have, more the toxins in the body, and more the toxins in the body, the more the problems, illness in our body, stress and stress related symptoms that we get, backache and all these things. Yes. So another question I can see
Is
here.
there any other question?
Absolutely, prayers. Okay.
There are no other questions.
Okay.
So if we can request, if there are any other questions from the viewers, Ms. Bhargav will be able to answer.
We can just wait for another 2-3 minutes if there are some more questions to be answered.
If I may request all the viewers, if there are any other questions, you may please share the questions.
What I would like to add here is
Yes, please.
that, smooth roads never make skillful drivers. Smooth seas never make skillful sailors. Clear skies never make skillful pilot. And trouble-free life never makes a skillful person. Every lock that has been made has a key. So when God gives you problem, there is always a solution available. Only thing is we have to face it very boldly, and then those solutions will be seen by us.
All right, wonderful. So, yes, skills that you think our youth should develop as top priority. So there is a question.
Yeah.
So if there are any skills that you think our youth should develop as top priority.
Yes. So as I was talking about mind skills, that means positive outlook in life. Here I can just narrate you a very small incident. There were two salesperson. So they went to a country. In that country, nobody was wearing shoes. So one of the salesperson said, there's a lot of scope here because, nobody is wearing shoes and I will have a good business opportunity. The other said, nobody wears here shoes, so there is no scope for business here. And he didn't start his business. The other one did, and he was very, very successful. So how you look at things, that is very, very important. In this time, you have to be very positive and teach children also to be the same. And keep doing all the things that are essential for your physical and your mental engagements, pursuing your hobbies and spending time with your family members, taking care of elders. All these are very, very important. Okay.
So I think we can
Problem solving skill, that is another thing. And how do we solve our problem? So first we have to identify the problem, then we have to look for the options, then we have to see, which works better, this or this or this, and then we have to reflect on what has worked for us. So these problem solving skills, the critical thinking skills, the coping up with the stress skills and coping up with emotions, all these life skills, they are very, very important. And in our education system also we need to develop these life skills in children through experiential learning and other things. Yeah.
There's one more question. I think we can take this up also. Are you seeing similar patterns in other cities?
Pandemic has hit the whole world and every city. So what we are doing today, adapting to things, the changes that are taking place in our routines and everything is happening with every city. And I would say even the villages, this problem is there now, with the migrant workers when they travel to their villages, this problem has come over there also. Yes, differences that, percentage of people getting victim to this and the kind of health facilities that are there. So in urban areas, cities like Delhi or Bombay or Bangalore, these facilities are better, but every city is suffering. Whether you talk of a school, in all cities the schools are closed. Not only cities, but most of the countries, no school. Children are learning online. Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much once again, Mrs. Bhargav. Viewers, you can always go ahead and mail us at currentconsultants@gmail.com if you have any concerns, if you would like to have any counseling sessions. And we will definitely be sharing the details of that later on also. So thank you once again.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
And thank you, Daisy, for telecasting this show. And thank you, my lovely audience. Thank you.
Have a wonderful evening and please stay safe. Take care.